Hello out there. Good morning, America, and welcome to the Heavy Montez Morning Show. Today, October 16th, 2025. Now in America, the Republican Party, you know, they came into power and they elected a convict president, a pervert, people say. A pervert, he says. He grabbed women by the private parts. 28 people said he's a freaking rapist, America. So anyway, 28 women said that he's guilty of, sexual assault, America. That's what they say. Some say he raped them. Okay, America. We don't know how true it is, but, people are saying it. Okay. He said himself that he grabbed women by the private parts. You understand? He said himself he's best friends with Jeffrey Epstein, America, was best friends with Jeffrey Epstein. So we have a criminal president and a pervert in the White House, a man who has declared war on the American people. He's already defeated the people in the red states because he had these governors and these people in the House and in the Senate and the state offices down there that are all Republicans. They run every goddamn thing. But they lie on the Democratic Party. Now, Henry Montes has said, he worked for the federal government for 42 years. And if you poll every black person right now to the survey, okay, they will tell you that the federal government is one of the most racist organizations in America, full of nepotism. You understand? Just like Donald Trump and his family. You know, when he be elected president, he hired his whole goddamn family, put them in positions, gave them jobs. You understand what I'm saying, America? Nepotism. You see what I'm saying? So I want to talk a little bit this morning about that cabinet that Donald Trump put together. Now, we're going to start off with Pete Hegseth. Pete Hegseth is a freaking alcoholic. You understand? A man who was working for Donald Trump. You see what I'm trying to tell you on Fox, that propaganda network, that racist, news station, huh? A traitorous news station ran by a South African. And three of Donald Trump's top people are South Africans, apartheid, they hate black people, and they're running and they're giving Donald Trump information. You see what I'm saying? Like that goddamn Elon Musk, South African, a fucking Nazi, as far as I'm concerned. He gives something similar to a Nazi salute. Where's you hiding that now? Huh? He destroyed our nation, and now he's taking our tax money and building, his future. The first thing the Democratic Party need to do is cancel every fucking contract that Elon Musk have. And Donald Trump's gonna pardon the son of a bitch. I bet you. I bet you. He gonna have to pardon him. Okay? But all you people out there who praying for a pardon might not get it. Because Donald Trump is not mentally sound. You see what I'm trying to say? He can break up any day now. He can go crazy. You know what I'm saying? Any day now. You know what I'm saying? All he does right now is he don't run the country. All he's doing right now is going after people. You see what I'm saying? And he's a dumbass. Now Jack Smith, I can't wait I want Jack Smith to stand up and say, I'm going to tell the truth. Donald Trump is a fucking Russian traitor, and I got the proof. Huh? Discovery. Huh? So go ahead on Congress, call him up there. Call him up to Congress. You see what I'm trying to tell you? Everybody knows that Donald Trump's a fucking Russian spy, they say. The worst kind of human being on earth has put together the worst cabinet in the fucking world. Now, come on, America. Pete Hegseth, first one, a fucking alcoholic. Huh? That man is not qualified to run our government. Huh? The only reason he is because he's a so-called white man. You understand? He fired the black people, the generals and shit. You know? You understand? And black people, let them fight the war they goddamn self. Don't volunteer for that shit. You know what I mean? You stay back here and go to school, black young men. You understand? Don't commit any fucking crimes if you're a minority. You understand? Now, I'm going to change the subject a little bit before I go on. I told you that Charlie Kirk and Turning Point is a goddamn organization that's killing your fucking kids. You understand what I'm trying to tell you? They're saying that they have text messages of those young Republicans. They've been brainwashed. Huh? That's why they go around killing fucking people. You understand? They've been brainwashed to do so. These young kids, their mind ain't developed yet. You know, and and these Republicans are telling them that black people and the Democrat Party are doing shit to them. Their parents are telling them they're hurting their parents and they're killing fucking people, blowing up fucking churches. You see what I'm saying? Because they're evil as hell. So anyway, getting back to the cabinet, Pete Hegseth, okay, a fucking alcoholic around our country. Now, the former head of the World Wrestling Entertainment, who was accused of covering up the sexual abuse of minors, is running the goddamn Department of Education. Well, a pedophile fucking ring, like I told you. Everybody associated with Donald Trump is into that shit. His spiritual leader was arrested, America, for sleeping with a 12-year-old child. You understand? Three South Africans, billionaire donors, is running the country. And the first thing they tell them, say, we want you to get rid of them black people. You know what I'm saying? We ain't giving you no money. Get rid of these women. We ain't gonna give you no money. Those three. Okay? Billionaires. So now you got an alcoholic and somebody who's covering up sexual abuse in WWE, they tell me. Okay? That's they're there. We have America, a former heroin addict who is accused of sexual assault by a former family babysitter, is over the Department of Health and Human Services. Fucking pedophile, they say. Huh? Huh? All right. Then they say a 34-time convicted felon and adjudicated rapist who has been accused of sexual assault by 26 women is president of the United States. Huh, America? Huh? That's who your president is. That's who you voted for. Huh? And the government is shut down right now. Okay? They shut it down because they don't know what the hell they're doing. That's what I tell you. Never vote for them again. You see what I'm trying to say? If you open up the federal government right now, the Epstein files come out. Huh? So they in a tight, they got a rope around their freaking neck. You know what I'm saying? Mega Mike Johnson is home. They say he's living with an old man. He's a closeted homosexual. This old man is, running a game on him, right? An old preacher. You know what I'm saying? They're having a sexual relationship. I don't know how true it is. They said that Lindsey Graham, shit, he's big time. You know what I'm saying? So he's big time playing the gay circuit. You know what I'm trying to say? Hide. You know what I'm trying to tell you? And telling everybody that the that the gay people are all, Democrats and they ain't no good. The transgender people are no good. You see what I'm saying? America, fucking bunch of hypocrites, lying dogs. Just like let me tell you. Okay. So anyway, so we have this adjudicated rapist, as our president, not working for us. He's not working for us, America. He's working for Russia, Argentina. You know what I'm trying to tell you? $20 billion to Argentina. You know what I'm saying? But if you mention the American people, he'll say, no, we ain't giving the American people nothing. You know what I'm trying to tell you? Because we're going to kill 200 million of them so we can have 90, million white people left. You know what I'm trying to tell you? This is some crazy shit, America. That's the reason why you can't vote for a Republican. They've had their chance. They had the chance to make America great. You see what I'm saying? And they didn't do it. They gave us a so-called rapist, they tell us. Okay, an ignorant son of a bitch. They said Donald Trump can't even count to five. They said if he was missing a finger, he'd be in trouble. You see what I'm trying to tell you, man? Okay, let's look at this here. They say that black people, okay, and minorities and women are dumb. I don't see no dumb women. You know what I'm trying to say? Even Marjorie Taylor Greene was smart enough to say, look, you know, I got to get away from this guy. You see what I'm trying to tell you? Because I'm going to tell you something, America. These people that voted for Donald Trump in their defense didn't know that they were voting for a fucking monster. Yeah, the farmer. I don't think he really understood he was going to lose his farm. He thought that Donald Trump was going to give him some money. You see what I'm saying? You know, if I make this, decision for Donald Trump and back Donald Trump, he's going to send me money and take care of it. But there's not enough money, to pay all these farmers. Not enough, you know. It'll be billions and billions and billions and billions of dollars. For what? You don't grow shit. You got rid of your doggone people that picked you. the stuff for you. The farmers should be out there with signs, marching, saying, you better give us back our people. They're not doing that. They're still kissing Donald Trump's ass. Donald Trump can't do anything for you because Donald Trump don't run the country. I keep telling you people this shit. Project 2025 controls the government. Excuse me. Project 2025 is a treasonous document that can be used in court to lock Donald Trump up and all these people up. They say we're going to bring the government down, you see. But the reason why, you know, they're not being prosecuted because the Supreme Court is part of the shit. They're getting ready to do away with voters' rights, America. You understand? Voter protection for black people. Black people, don't worry about it. You understand? We're here. We're there. We have enough money in our fucking race to move on. Huh? If the so-called white man want to dig in this shit, you know what I'm saying, and believe this crap, and allow Donald Trump to do this to them and their children, not us. Huh? Not liberals. Okay? You know what I'm saying? The so-called white liberal. Huh? We're the majority. Okay? Democrats, white liberals, women, minorities, people of color, we are the majority. Huh? And we're going to take your Republican theme song. We're not taking it any goddamn more. You're not voting for a Republican. You're a goddamn fool if you do. You understand? And you need to go find out what the Democratic Party is. The Democratic Party is you. They lied to you. They lied to you and appointed a damn maggot king. And don't forget about the king protests. Huh? We're going to let the world know, huh, that we, the American people, do not approve of a fucking criminal government. We don't approve of this shit. You understand? If you're in the red states, you should be marching down the street, raising hell. You better not be sitting back. I'm not talking about rioting. I'm talking about peaceful fucking protests. Huh, farmer? Huh? Yeah? Peaceful protests. Huh? Stand up for your country. And don't be a guy. Don't be afraid. Huh? Stand up to your country. Subscribe to the Henry Monte YouTube channel. Don't be afraid. I'll speak for you. Huh? And I'll tell everybody, never, ever vote for a Republican. Because they are low down, dirty, racist dogs and pigs. Huh? The enemy of God. Now, Fox News, they come on, selling that shit to the American people. You know what I'm trying to tell you? These are your fucking enemy, man. If somebody told you to vote for a fucking rapist and tell me he wasn't a goddamn rapist and you still support him, you're an ignorant son of a bitch. Right. That's right, just like Donald Trump said. You have nothing and you ain't gonna have shit if you don't put the Democratic Party back in control. I can honestly say this, America. If you continue to play around with the Republican Party, you will not have a country. You will have a country led by a 79-year-old fucking dog. A pervert. Huh? That man should be in jail. You understand? In prison. Huh? And the information is out there, Republicans, for us to know. And you're covering it up. Huh? Why can't you let us know whether or not this man is a damn pedophile? Why can't you let us know if this man is a Russian goddamn spy? Everything is a fucking hoax. Hoax? That's a goddamn lie. You know goddamn well Donald Trump should not be president of the United States. You know damn well you shouldn't be electing, voting in people who still fighting the goddamn Civil War. Huh? You know goddamn well as much shit as black people have been through this goddamn country. Stop using black people as goddamn props for your damn inefficiency. Stop using Hispanic people and women and white liberals. Stop lying on us. We're sick of you motherfuckers. You understand? You're garbage. You sit in your goddamn church and look your fucking nose down at us, while you starve to fucking death. You understand? You understand what I'm saying? Talk about don't come to a small town. We don't need to come to a small town. Don't put no money in the motherfuckers, dumbass motherfuckers. Yeah. I called you that. You're ignorant. You're gonna be ignorant and you're gonna lose everything you got in those red states. Huh? Man, You need to find out what the hell those people in the red state doing with your goddamn money. The federal government sent them billions and billions and billions of dollars down there to South Carolina and down these fucking red states. My fucking tax money. And then you gonna tell me in a blue state like California that sent $81 billion down to your sorry ass in the red state. Come on, man. Come on. You know, you don't understand. You don't understand shit. The only reason why you red states survived is because of Virginia, the Electoral College. You understand what I'm trying to tell you? You're still living, you're the slave. Huh? Black people, get the hell out of there. Move. I move. I want to go back down there, motherfucker. You understand? No, I want to live down there. I wouldn't live in a fucking red state. If I was a woman, a Democrat, I would give that shit to them and take our money away. They don't want it. They hate the government. They see the government shit. They voted to destroy their nation, and now they got their fucking hands out asking for money. Don't send them shit. And Trump ain't gonna send them shit. Trump ain't gonna help them. He can't. He's already giving away all the fucking money. You know what I'm saying? 20 billion to Argentina. The reason why they don't want to do healthcare is because they don't have the money. Huh? They're gonna have to make the budget, bigger. You understand? They already got it, bad. They already bankrupt the fucking nation. So if they can't, you see what I'm saying? Bankrupt the nation already because they're gonna destroy the country. Your medic, your hospitals destroyed. Huh? Your jobs destroyed. They'll break you down to nothing. But it ain't gonna happen. Because we have blue state governors fighting for us. But who's fighting for you in South Carolina? Who's fighting for you in Virginia? Who's fighting for you in Arkansas? Who's fighting for you in South Carolina? Nobody. They're all towing Trump line, telling you that a rapist and a pedophile is going to lead this nation. Okay? Now, I want to say something before I leave here. Now, America, these maggot preachers, they found out that Donald Trump played them. So maggot preachers are telling the congregation, if you're a racist, get the fuck out of my church. If you're a misogynist, leave. You need to tell them, listen, if you're a Republican, get the fuck out. I don't want your money. Go worship Satan, worship Donald Trump, but you ain't welcome in my church. You see what I'm trying to tell you? You went against Jesus. You know what I'm trying to tell you? And now you call yourself a Christian, and now you're taking and doing this to the immigrant. You got to go. You see? You understand? Maybe they'll get more membership in the Church of Satan. This is Heavy Monte for the Heavy Monte podcast and the Heavy Monte Comedy Show. Don't forget about the King's protest. We want everybody to know that we're not putting up with this maggot king. You know what I'm saying? He be farting and shitting all over the place because he's a dog. You know what I'm saying? He is what is needed, to show the world what America is. You see what I'm trying to tell you? Because America, people laughing at us. You know what I'm saying? They say, God damn, these stupid motherfuckers voted to Trump because you have an ignorant base of so-called white people. So they say, fuck it, we'll tear the country down. Them black people, they get the head. Even though the Spanish people are picking our shit and saying about our farm, fuck it, we don't like them. You know what I'm saying? Because you've been brainwashed to hate people. Mind your fucking business. You know what I'm saying? Mind your goddamn business, huh? And take care of your shit. And leave us the fuck alone. Yeah? Because you're going to. You're going to leave us alone. You know what I'm trying to say? Because we're going to expose all of these people for who and what they are. Huh? One of these days, you'll find out that you voted for a pedophile. One of these days, you will find out that you voted for a Russian traitor. And I'm going to tell you something, red states. You people going through some shit. Donald Trump has really destroyed this country, man. The blue states, the governors are kind of smart. Even here in Michigan, Gretchen Whitman is smart. We have this Republican Party here just tearing shit down and doing shit. You know what I'm saying? Talking crazy. You know, and here we lost the House, I think, in Michigan because of Trump. You see what I'm trying to say? These people in Michigan, when I first came here, a coffee lady I bought coffee from told me, they said, the black man, there are certain parts of Michigan you better not go in. And I'm very careful. Huh? There are certain parts of this nation right now that the black man still can't go. Huh? He ain't a goddamn shame of America in his own fucking country. Now, I was watching a documentary, okay, of Thurgood Marshall, okay, and I posted it up on my YouTube channel. And everybody should watch that documentary of Thurgood Marshall and what black people went through when they were trying to integrate America. You understand? You see? And watch what Thurgood Marshall said in the protection of the 14th Amendment for black people. The 14th Amendment protects black people. And what they were saying, from discrimination and segregation, what they were saying is that we can't find anything. This is what the judges were saying, the Supreme Court, uh, the Supreme Court Justice Warren, okay? They're telling him that we can't find anything to say that that the states can't do what they did to black people. You understand? They can't segregate and do these things. You know, and the Supreme Court, and that Supreme Court back then was the Supreme Court. There were a lot of Republicans on that Supreme Court. You know, and Chief Justice Warren, you know, he had a black driver who was a veteran and fought in the war. Matter of fact, his unit was pinned down by a fire. They were fighting, and he's lucky to be alive. And then one day, the Chief Justice Warren, the Chief Justice, yeah, Warren, he said, look, he said he was sleeping in a hotel in Manassas. And I've been to Manassas, Virginia, and his driver. The next day, he was looking for the driver, the black driver. The black driver was sleeping in a car. And he asked his black driver, he said, look, why are you sleeping in this car? He said, sir, I can't, there's no hotels around in 20 miles that will accept a black man. And Warren looked at it, he was disgusted by it. You understand? So he went in and he said, we must, do away with segregation and put everybody in schools. You know what I'm saying? He said, and somebody said the 14th Amendment was here to protect black people. And the 14th Amendment is here to protect the Hispanics too. And they're violating the 14th Amendment today. You understand? You see what I'm trying to tell you? It was put there for the protection of blacks, huh? And the protection of immigrants and people who work, who have status, huh? Who was born over here, stuff like that, have these rights. And Donald Trump is saying, and the Republicans are stupid, you voters. He said, if you take away birthright citizenship, you take away citizenship from everybody. You understand? Yeah, from everybody. From everybody. You really can't take it away from the black people because the black people were brought up here forcibly, an American Indian. But all you white people from Europe and Germany and all that shit, they'll come and make that shit up and they'll say, look, your ancestors came over here from Germany, so you're not really, born here. You kick your ass out because you're stupid. You understand? You understand, America? So we're going to all join hands right now at the No King's Day rally. And we're going to march peacefully. And we're going to let the world know that America, we the people are the government. A government for the people, by the people. America. You understand? We control this shit. The left and the right. Okay? So left, you on the right, you've been taken. Grab hands with the right and protect your country and rebuild it. Okay? And go back to arguing, policies and how to actually save money. Because the Republican message of saving money is a good one. Okay? We need to know where the dollars are going. But the Republican Party we have today have abandoned that policy. Because they are trying to destroy the country with a treasonous document, Project 2025. Okay, America. I hope you had a good time at the Heavy Montez morning show this morning. But before I leave, story time. Okay, America. When I worked for the federal government, America, okay, I told you it's a racist organization. And, they wanted to get rid of me. All right. Not because I was incompetent, but because I was fucking black. Okay. All right. Okay. An old man like me who had 42 years in America looked for racism. You see what I'm saying? So I told the bastards, you know, They hand-picked racist son of a bitch who I hired. I told them, I said, you go back and you tell those motherfuckers that if you don't want me to do the job, just let me go. And you take over. And he went back and did it. I won't fight him. Okay? And they did it. But they still continued to bother me because they wanted to make an example of me and bring me down in front of the other blacks. But the blacks don't want to tell you stuff. I sued the bastards. They need to pay me a bunch of fucking money. Okay? So I want you all to know that. All you people in that organization that screwed heavy. And I told them this. I said, none of this stuff is coming back to you guys. And it's coming back to them today. Because Trump trying to fire all those motherfuckers. You see what I'm trying to say? You know? And Heavy sitting back relaxing, having a good time, retired with 42 years of government service. You understand what I'm trying to tell you? Because, again, they're a racist freaking organization. You put on a Freedom of Information Act, which I did, saying I need to get some information here to show that you motherfuckers are racist. They didn't give me the information. They just hide. So we'll hide because they didn't give a damn. They said, we don't give a damn. We discriminate against this guy. We just pay him off with your tax money and get rid of him and put our friends and buddies in these positions, people who were not even qualified. And did it to me and my supervisor. You know what I'm trying to tell you? Racist. You know what I'm trying to tell you? Oh, we laughing at their ass now because we were doing great. You know what I'm saying? They're doing real good, having a real good time talking about these maggots. But I just want to tell you my personal story. You understand? I want to tell you my personal story that the federal government is one of the most racist organizations in America on the left and on the right. And as you can tell, there ain't that many black people in these high positions. So the ones that are, we'll come get rid of them. You understand, America? You know? So, Heavy Monte just told you that story to let you know. Don't get upset. Don't be sad. Just hang in there and we'll get rid of these guys. Just blow them out. And don't forget to know King's Days and please subscribe to the Heavy Monte YouTube channel. Have a great day.